again to my channel Fox Business. The name is Opusu Godwin, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to talk about remote selling. That's a very new trend that is going on now. A lot of salespeople are now selling virtually without going to having an office to work from. They work from home, they work on their laptops and even on their tablets and on their mobile phones. Let's look at how to succeed as a remote salesperson. How to succeed as a remote salesperson. The first thing you need to do is to have a dedicated workspace within your house. Since virtual or remote sales persons work from home, it is important to have a dedicated workspace. This will keep you from distractions. Okay? Remote work involves a lot of distractions, sometimes from people around, there's noise, and then probably you need to quickly jump into the fridge and take a sip, take a break and watch some TV, and so on and so forth. It is important to have a dedicated space around your house or elsewhere, wherever you are, so that you'll be able to concentrate. Also, look out for distractions. Avoid distractive environments. So look out for things that distracts your attention whilst you work from home. List all those things and then map solutions to them as to how to deal with each one of them. For example, not having TV at the background when working, or not answering doorbells when working. Because there might be, for the fact that you might be in a sales meeting, virtual sales meeting, and somebody comes to ring the bell, there's a television at the back distracting. Or maybe you're having a phone call, etc. So it is very important to ensure that you have a dedicated space within your house. Sometimes it is good to also have a feeling of the outside environment. You can get a very nice cafe or a very nice restaurant or a very nice bar or spot that is not very distractive, and then go there and work. And within some of these places you might be fortunate to get some free Wi-Fi to work with, which is also going to be beneficial to you. So the first thing to help you to become a successful remote sales person is to ensure that you create a dedicated workspace and avoid distraction. In fact, having a dedicated workspace, as a matter of fact, also makes your brain, as a matter of fact, get relaxed and get focused on the work that you are doing. Another important aspect of remote sales is scheduling. You see, working from home is a bit different from working in the office, and you need some kind of discipline. Otherwise, you will not be able to work effectively. Right? So, it is important to set a manageable schedule. Most remote sales people don't build routine. Right? But it's important to make a schedule and stick to it. Set a starting time, a break time, and a closing time. It might be that you may fall into the trap of oversleeping because you think you work at home and wake up at any time. Wake up at the time that you go to the normal office and report behind your laptop at the time you go to your normal office. Let's say by 9 o'clock you are at your normal office. Right? So schedule properly and keep this schedule on a calendar. Stick to the schedule. Set a time to start, let's say 9 o'clock. Have a break, maybe at 1 o'clock. Have a break at 1 o'clock. And then close at 5. Waking up anytime to work may affect your productivity. Even though remote sales has the advantage of flexibility, if you follow too much of the flexibility, you will not be able to close sale. You know, sales itself is a very difficult profession. and it requires some kind of a discipline and time. So it is important to schedule so that you don't just wake up at any time. Waking up at any time to work routinely or to work as a remote salesperson would affect your productivity. But it's also important to also take breaks to rest your brain. In fact, flexibility of remote sales does not mean that it doesn't have to be structured. It has to be structured and well disciplined. It is important to structure your work schedule whilst working from home. Structure your work schedule whilst working from home. Another important thing to note is that it is important to get appropriate technology and the infrastructure needed to work as a remote salesperson. It is very important, as a matter of fact, to have all the infrastructure and the technology, because without this, you'll not be able to work to required standards. So you need to get a very smart laptop, a laptop that is in good condition, or a tablet, or a computer device that is in very good condition, that supports almost the current platforms. For example, meeting platforms, communication platforms, collaboration platforms, and even other editing softwares, and so on and so forth. Have a very good and clear webcam for your video meetings, and so on and so forth. Also have a fast internet connectivity. Don't compromise on internet, because the world of remote working rests on the internet in these modern times. Even though there is phone calls, etc., you can make phone calls. Bulk of remote sales rest on the internet, and so having a very fast, reliable internet is very important. I would advise you have two different internet service providers, so that when one is slow, you can move on to use the other one. I use two different, and even sometimes three internet service providers to ensure reliability and constant supply of internet services. Ensure that you also, as a matter of fact, plan to have a very well structured and a modern telephone that can, as a matter of fact, leave voicemails and so on and so forth, right? That are also easy to send SMS messages with. So you need to have all this equipment around you. Also ensure that you have appropriate background set for video calls and video meetings. Ensure that all your video calls are of a higher quality. Ensure that you look appealing in your video meetings as well. So ensure that the environment in which you are going to do the video meeting is well structured and is very professional. Have very good headphones so that you don't keep asking the prospect that you cannot hear him, or you cannot hear her. This might also sometimes distract the sales meeting or the sales presentation, whatever you are doing. Also, another thing is to have ergonomic furniture, comfortable seating, a chair and a desk. This is very, very important, as a matter of fact, because your comfort is also very necessary, and your comfort also would determine how long you can sit and work and concentrate on your work. So have a very comfortable sitting chair and desk. You can have a swivel chair to buy. They are on the market and they are cheap. There is one thing I also discovered from one international woman, a very top UN woman, who displayed a photo of her working from home on LinkedIn. She used the ironing board, and one advantage about the ironing board is that it can be adjusted to suit different heights. So, which is also another good way, or another good form of desk that you can use to work on. I have tried that, and it's very, 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 very ergonomic. It's very comfortable. It is very, very comfortable. Another interesting thing So another thing that you also need to consider in your home working environment or as part of your infrastructure is to ensure that there's natural light through the windows. It makes it more stress-free, right? Also look at music selection. Music that does not distract your attention. Everybody has the type of music that he loves. The music that does not distract his attention. Some love reggae, some love classical, some love R&B. Identify the kind of music that does not distract you, and that keeps you in the mood for working, and make a playlist of that, and then enjoy whilst you work. And now, social media. Use social media as your major form of looking for prospects, right? As a major way for looking for prospects and for searching for potential customers and clients. Yeah, social media can be used as a platform to search for clients, to search for prospects, right? It is very effective as a remote sales person. And in fact, remote sales centers on the internet and for that matter, social media, right? You can get information on prospects or connect with prospects on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and many other social media sites, right? You can also get to link up with some of these prospects through online directories, where you can get their email addresses and phone numbers, etc. You can also use pay-per-click ads, email marketing, and telephone marketing, as a matter of fact, or telemarketing, as a matter of fact, to reach out to prospects and connect with them. Create a Facebook page, create an Instagram page, create Twitter page, create pages on business pages on the platforms that you think will appeal to your potential customers or your prospects. Share content consistently, clear and consistent message. Ensure that your messages that are developed appeals to your target audience. Connect with the right people and qualify. Don't just be connecting with anybody at all on Facebook. Read through their profile and see whether they are customers or potential customers of your clients, or they can even serve as reference group to your client by recommending your product to some other people, or they may buy not for their own consumption but for somebody else's consumption. So connect with people on the various social media platforms, but look through, read about their background, and get to know whether they are the type of people that will buy your product. This is, in a way, will help you to, as a matter of fact, reach out to the right people. Having so much followers might not necessarily mean that they are your target market. In actual sense, research shows that just 13% of your followers would, in one way or the other, react or interact with your post, right? So it's very necessary to take a look at that. Treat all your social media prospects you have connected as if they were face-to-face. Respond and reply to their comments, and continue to keep constant communication with them. You can also resort to telemarketing or phone calls, SMS, pay-per-click, click ads, and so on and so forth. So in a nutshell, harness digital marketing, and for that matter, social media. Harness digital marketing, and for that matter, social media. Another technique here that you can use to become a successful remote sales person is to also do virtual sales presentations. These, in a way, help you or let you inform and educate your prospects about your products and services, and how your products and services will be able to satisfy their needs. In a way, it also adds up as some form of a face-to-face presentation, or a face-to-face interaction, or a face-to-face encounter with the prospect. And this, in a way, will also enable you to close sales, generate leads, and close sales. It also gives you information about body language and cues of the prospect, and makes you understand the prospect very well. It is always good to send an invitation, inform the prospect that you will be having a virtual sales presentation, a video presentation with him. Include time and date, and if possible, let him choose when he will be available if those times are not favorable for him. Right. Ensure that in the mail that you send to inform him, in the subject line, you use the word video meeting. Video meeting. Then you also add your company's name, or video call. Not just meeting. Don't just write in the statement subject meeting. No, this will not look professional. Ensure that time and date suits the particular prospect, especially if time zones are different. So you need to research about the time zone to know which time zone that the client is in, especially when you are into international marketing. But if you are within the same time zone, you can set time, date, but also let him choose when he will be available. But if they decline, don't force them to be in the meeting. Finally, another thing that you can also do is to do video demos, or video demonstrations. This has become a norm in virtual or remote sales. So you can do video demonstrations. Video demonstrations demonstrate how your product works. So it's a video of how your product works, and this can be sent to the prospect or the potential customer to see how the product works. It is also a very effective way of doing remote selling. With video demonstrations, make sure you have all the necessary resources that are required: a very sharp camera, a very nice setting or background, or a location where you can video the product and how it works. Right. Explain both the features and the benefits. Don't just only explain features, but explain both the features and the benefits. Keep it short and simple. Don't let the video be too long. Right. And demonstrate how the product works. Don't go into so detail. Your tutorial videos about your product will do that work, but not your demonstration video or your product demonstration video. Right. Also, don't forget to add a call to action. A call to action could be either a phone number, a WhatsApp number, or an email address, and as well as your website. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Watch out for my next video. Subscribe, it is free. Help the channel grow. Thank you very much.